Welcome back to the TCD YouTube channel. The IDF is currently engaged in conflicts with Hamas in various areas of Gaza, including Jabalia, Shujaa, Beit Hanun in the north, and Khan Yunis in the south. Hamas has issued a warning that no hostages will be allowed to leave Gaza alive unless their demands are met. Abu Obaida, a spokesperson for Hamas's armed wing, emphasizes that prisoners won't be released without negotiations and meeting the resistance's demands. The IDF reports the neutralization of the new commander of Hamas's Shujaa battalion, Ahmad Karika, in an airstrike. He had recently taken over from Wissam Farhat, who was neutralized in an Israeli airstrike in December. The IDF releases footage of the Nahal Brigade's reconnaissance unit engaging Hamas operatives in Jabalia, with more than 50 Hamas gunmen neutralized in the past week. The military estimates that around 7,000 Hamas operatives have been neutralized in Gaza, with over 22,000 targets struck since the beginning of the conflict, 3,500 of them after the ceasefire ended on December 1. Strikes involve the Air Force, Navy, and ground troops, targeting Hamas infrastructure, tunnels, weapons depots, command centers, rocket launchers, and terror operatives. Rear ADM Daniel Hagari reveals the discovery of a large tunnel network in Gaza City's Palestine Square, housing Yahya Sinwar's office, government offices, assets of senior Hamas officials, and terror tunnels. The IDF, using accurate intelligence, captured the area with troops from the 401st Armored Brigade, Navy's Shayatet 13 Commando Unit, and the Air Force's Shaldad Unit. Earlier this morning in Israel, a significant airstrike was carried out in South Lebanon, targeting Hezbollah installations. Israeli drones identified and marked Hamas-related targets and ammunition shipments in South Lebanon. Subsequently, rockets were launched and destroyed more than 250 terrorist targets in Gaza within 24 hours. The Israeli Defense Forces targeted various Hamas facilities, including a military communications facility near a mosque in southern Gaza, weapons stockpiles, underground tunnels, and armed cells in Khan Yunis. Israeli tanks entered the southern Gaza Strip, indicating an escalating ground attack toward Khan Yunis. The IDF declared the north-south main road of the Strip a war zone. As a response, Palestinian terrorists launched rockets towards central Israel, southern villages, and Be'er Sheva. The IDF announced a new humanitarian route in the southern part of Gaza to allow civilians to escape, expanding its efforts to counteract Hamas. The IDF conducted airstrikes on around 200 Hamas sites in Gaza, targeting anti-tank missile launch sites, weapons storage, and vehicles transporting missiles and mortars. Ground operations in northern Gaza were also underway. Israel opened a humanitarian route to the west of Mount Yunis, facilitating the evacuation of civilians from Rafah and Khan Yunis areas. IDF Chief of Staff Lt. Gen. Herzi Halevi calls for a clear change in the security situation on the Lebanon border, emphasizing the need to restore security in both the south and north. A senior IDF officer notes signs of Hamas weakening in recent days due to the extent of destruction, causing command and control issues. Despite achievements, the fighting continues with an emphasis on dismantling entire Hamas battalions, with approximately half of the 24 battalion commanders eliminated in airstrikes and operations. Thank you for joining us on the TCD YouTube channel. Stay informed by subscribing, and we'll continue monitoring the situation in the region. This concludes our video.